Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, just a very casual video for you today. These are just some clips I took at the Nene Valley Railway, and I thought you guys might find it interesting. I wasn't too sure whether I was going to upload this or not, but I am doing, so I hope you enjoy it. These are some clips at Wansford Station, and the first item of interest was this very interesting looking blue locomotive. I'm not too sure where it came from, I don't really know anything about it, other than the fact that it doesn't look like it's British, but quite interestingly it had that mismatched tender, as you'll hear me say in just a second.
Blue engine with a nice matching tender. I think we can hop on that one. Let's go. Wow, it's incredibly spacious in here. Look at all this.
Couldn't believe the size of this one, to be honest. I mean, I've been on a standard 9F, which is a big one.
There's a hole in my firebox.
I'm in a little sing-song there. Yeah, I mean, that 9F was big, but this one was probably double the size inside the cab. It was incredible how much space there was inside. And a little sit down on the stool there. It's nice that you're able to come and have a look around inside these things. I don't suppose this one is in running order. It doesn't look like it has been in a long time, but it's just nice to see all the controls and, you know, be able to go around at your leisure. I think I'm about to put the camera up at the back window. There we go. That's the view you would have gotten of the tender. And a nice view of some Class 31s there, it looks like. They like Class 31s at the Nene Valley for some reason. There's a lot of them about, and you'll see quite a few in this video.
Oh, I've got to have a play.
Presumably that's the reverser or something like that.
That's all I can manage.
Just couldn't resist having a fiddle, could I?
Oh, it's a bit stiff. There you go.
Regulator by the looks of it. I suppose they're the injectors. Various different taps and things. Everything was still in there though.
If this works.
That's the door for the firebox, but that one was stuck.
Nope. Jammed up by the looks of it.
I think I'll just get one last view out the back. Out the front of this one. There you go. That's the view along the boiler towards the smoke box.
I'd never have thought to call an engine Derek Crouch. I assume it wasn't just random.
I think Derek Crouch is a big name in Peterborough. I've never heard of him personally, but yeah. Again, this one had all the labels on it to tell you what the different controls were, which was quite interesting. And again, there's another view of that Class 31 on the turntable.
Ooh, big old tender.
There's quite a lot of Thomas and Friends stuff here as well. I noticed this very terrifying one.
That is scary. Makes Hornby look a lot better, doesn't it?
Quite a few engines with faces on. You sort of walk around and you spot them. Like this one coming up here. Didn't realise this one had a face until we went round the front. But this was another one we could climb on.
I'm going to hop on.
But that's the really good thing about this Nene Valley Railway. You can go on all of the well, not all of them obviously, but so many of them were just open so that you could get on and have a look around. And as you can see, this one's obviously going to be overhauled. It's got everything numbered, as you can see. Every rivet, it looks like, every bolt, every part has got a number on it. But it's nice that they don't mind you just walking on these things, and obviously we didn't do any damage. Well, I hope I didn't. Thought I might as well take a shot of this. Obviously some of you will recognise these. The model lovers will. And this is inside the workshop, which incidentally was very tidy and clean looking. Very impressive. That's a Class 5 of some sort, probably a standard 5 cab. Not sure what this great big diesel shunter is, but it was a very massive thing.
Big thing.
And then I reckon that's probably the frame of it, isn't it? I reckon that's probably the frame of that Class 5 cab. And I'll show you in a second. I've got a little clip of them working on the boiler outside. Here it is. Slightly embarrassing when they turn around and see you filming them. Got away with it. Right, this was on board a mail coach, which again was all open up for you to have a look around, and you can see there's even some real parcels and letters for you to mess about with, and I definitely had a mess about, as you could see. But again, you can see all the labels on the different shelves there to show the region, I suppose, where whatever it was going to be would be delivered. And all the envelopes, look, had their own writing on them, and they even had contents. I opened one, of course. Nothing much inside, though. Interesting, though. I think there was one at Butterley that I went on, but I don't suppose we were supposed to be on there, and it certainly wasn't all decorated up like this.
Quite a good view of the yard.
I noticed there was a London Transport Sentinel locomotive there. And again, look, more Class 31s just behind it.
Just waiting for the train. Not too sure which way it's going to come from.
And here comes the chap from the signal box. I didn't actually realise the train was on its way. Well, obviously I knew it would be on its way when I saw him coming out, but I hadn't actually seen it at this point, and then I just panned the camera up slightly, and there it was. But yes, you saw the chap coming out of the signal box to pass the token. And as far as I understand it, the crew of the locomotive have to have that token in order to pass into the area. And that just stops multiple engines coming into contact with each other, I suppose. Quite a simple idea. That's as far as I understand it anyway. And it was lovely to see all the different volunteers and members of staff out there. I mean, this is an old chap in the front here, but they all seem to love what they're doing, you know. And it was a shame that it wasn't a steamer. It was just this Class 31 we saw run, but that was alright. I don't mind the Class 31s. Just rather a lot of them at the Nene Valley for some reason. There we go. Passing the token across there. And I suppose they'll swap back over next time it goes up there. That's just come from the Peterborough end. And that's basically the trip. You go from this station, which is, I forget the name, what was it called? Wandsworth Station, and that takes you all the way into Peterborough. There we go, got a nice shot of the Class 31. I didn't stay up on this passenger footbridge very long, because I was planning to get onto this train, and my folks were getting on there as well, so I definitely didn't want to miss it. Quite a nice long consist though, as you can see. And there's that weird Thomas creature in the background. And here we are on board. And we actually had our lunch on the train, which was nice, and it's just enough time really to have it. It's about 40 minutes, I reckon, the journey, at a guess. And this was just pulling out of the station. You go away from Peterborough to start with to a different station. I can't remember the name of it, but I bet a lot of you guys will. And then, of course, the engine runs around to the front of the train and takes you all the way to Peterborough. But I thought I'd leave this clip in because you can see all the different rolling stock and wagons and the yards and things. I hear that they do have a Bullet Pacific at the Nene Valley, but I didn't see it. So I don't know where they keep that, but I would have loved to have seen it. Might be in here, hey. Oh, I think that might have been for carriages though, not sure. Anyway, in a second this is going to cut to Peterborough, and you're just going to see just a second or two of the Class 31 running around to the other end of the train. Here it comes now. I missed it, unfortunately. I whipped the camera out, but that's all I saw. Anyway, this is later on now, several hours later. We had a good look around Peterborough, and this is my camera zoomed all the way in on the Class 31. Same engine, I think. Yep, 271. 31, 271. Coming back into the Peterborough station, and then we had the trip back up, and that was it.
Start walking.
Oh, it's back to taxi.
Anyway, that's it. Like I say, just a couple of clips, very casual. I wasn't even sure if it was worth uploading this as a video, but hopefully some of you will have found it interesting, at least vaguely. And that's it. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Cheers, everyone.